Savina.
Yeah?
Savina, wake up. There's someone at the door. He's pounding on the door and calling your name. It's this tall man. He knows your name.
It's 4 in the morning.
You have to come and see who it is.
Are the kids okay?
They're fine, they're fine.
Should I get a knife or something?
No, he seems fine. He's
okay.
Well dressed, tall.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared. Yeah, yes?
Hi.
Oh my gosh, Dr.
Hi.
Neil Daniels!
Yes, I'm so sorry. I know it's
No,
late.
no, don't be sorry. Come into my house.
Oh, my.
What are you doing here?
Well, I've been driving all night from Butler County.
Oh.
I got your email, and I thought, even though it's late, I think the door's on. There we go. Even though it's late, I thought it was of vital importance that I come immediately. I don't normally come at this time of night, I assure you.
Oh, well, so you received my email about the Barons of the Cinque Port?
I did, and I think we should sit down.
Oh, okay, please have a seat. Okay, so I did a little bit of research about the Barons, and correct me if I'm wrong, my sources are Wikipedia. So.
Yeah, I brought my notes, so we'll be fine.
Okay, and I learned that the Barons of the Cinque Port originated in the Anglo-Saxon era, and they served in sort of a military role to protect the 5 ports of England from invaders. But over time, the Navy took that over, and so the title Barons of the Cinque Port became just that, a title.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's exactly right. You hit the nail on the head.
Oh.
You know, even though the public knew little about them, and even now we know little about them, apparently they were very powerful, quite powerful, working behind the scenes. As far as the average Englishman knew, they were just some big wigs in blue and gold suits who carried a canopy over the monarch's head on coronation day.
Yes.
Right.
We read about that today in Samuel Pepys' diary, Coronation Day, and that the barons had a role in that.
Exactly. It's funny you mentioned the coronation. Actually, I mentioned the coronation. That's neither here nor there. It's the reason I came here.
Okay.
You follow me so far? You
Sure.
see, as a historian, my interest isn't in just history and facts. It's in anomalies, unusual details from history that don't fit the big picture. There's one detail that I think that we need to discuss, and it's been bothering me for quite some time.
Is it about the barons of the Cinque Port?
Yes. There was a journalist from the 17th century, Jost van Dyke. His work I admire more than most, and you know I don't admire most people's work.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The rumors are true. He was a truly honest, objective reporter. Anyway, every fact he's reported has been confirmed by other sources. The guy's flawless. If he was alive today, he'd be our Dan Rather. There's one report that doesn't fit historically.
And it's
One.
about the barons of the Cinque Port?
Yeah. Van Dyke claims, now stick with me, that after the coronation of Charles II, let me just make sure I have this correct. Yeah. The barons of the Cinque Ports, there were 5 of them, as you know. They got into a fight, big fight, arguing, yelling, heavy drinking. Now that right there should tell you something. That's uncharacteristic of them. They were influenced by the Puritans, as you know. I'm sure your students even know that. They wouldn't have been drinking.
Certainly not drunk.
Not even on coronation night, the biggest night of their year. Even weirder, they started tossing around names. Locke, Defoe, Newton, Pepys, Adam Smith. Now you know why that was weird. Those guys were no ones at the time.
Did you think
barely born?
Well, did you think it was just a bogus document? Maybe a forged historical document that claims this?
Could be. It could be.
You said it's Joss Van Dyke's work. Who's...
Yeah. That's what makes it so weird. Even wilder than that, they didn't look like the Barons that we know. Now, that doesn't mean a whole lot because few people knew at the time who the Barons ever were, or what they even looked like. I mean, these guys had a lot of power, but in a secret kind of way.
Okay, so what were the names again that they mentioned?
Locke, Defoe, Pepys,
Newton, and Adam Smith.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So on coronation night, the barons of the Cinque-Port were acting differently than they normally do. They, to some, didn't look like the barons, and they were talking about famous people who weren't famous yet. How does this fit into our story? How does this relate to what Ashley told us? What do you think?